We were looking at what I called I Love a Mama's Boy. And we start with the song. It's love, it's what? It's love that makes the world go round. It's love, it's love that makes the world go round. It's love, it's love that makes the world go round. It's love that makes the world go round. Of course, this is a TV program. I Love Mama's Boy, and it's actually playing on the stereotype of boys and their mother, because usually, a lot of boys have this affinity with their mothers. They're very close with their mothers. Uh, and of course, it's full of drama. And in fact, I recall in one episode where the guy's mother was saying that after the marriage, she would like to join them on their honeymoon, and that she doesn't even mind paying her way. And I think the fiance was saying that she's not going to allow any Jane Doe on her honeymoon. But this is real because a lot of boys have very close relationship with their mothers, and sometimes it results in conflict with their prospective wives or their wives. And we see a bit of this also in the scripture, Genesis 24:67. Then Isaac brought her into his mother Sarah's tent, and Rebekah became his wife, and he loved her, for Isaac was comforted after his mother's death. So basically, this person has a very close relationship with the mother, and so the wife was like, a replacement for the mother because he was comforted. You also see Genesis 25:28. And Isaac loved Esau, so he had a preference for his first son because he ate of his game. But Rebekah loved Jacob, and this is where the plot starts to kick in. Because Isaac then planned to confer, blessings upon his son, and Rebekah was not going to allow that to happen. She wanted her favorite son to be the one to get the blessing, and so she plotted and made sure, that he was actually able to get the blessing. So I think for a lot of women, there's no point fighting, your mother-in-law. In fact, the more you get along with the members, because if you get along with, your future mother-in-law, your mother-in-law, the more your husband is likely, to love you so well, because usually he sees you as a replacement of the mother. And of course, God puts a lot of premium on marriage. Even if you look at Matthew 10:34, we know that when people make a commitment to the Lord, sometimes there are conflicts because, if people are still on the other side, they start to persecute. And all of this is brought out in verse 34. Do not think that I came to bring peace on the world, but the sword have come to set a man against his father, a daughter against their mother, and a daughter-in-law against a mother-in-law. But there's no mention of husband and wife. And you see in 1 Corinthians 7:14, for the unbelieving husband is sanctified by the wife, and the unbelieving wife is sanctified by the husband. So God doesn't want people to be divorced, maybe because you've made a commitment to the Lord, and your husband or your wife is still on the other side. It's basically, your children are only because of the fact that one party has made that commitment. So overall, we should, really place a lot of premium on the sanctity of marriage and just try to get along with, our in-laws, because God really would like peace and tranquility in the home front.